Hey, what is up everyone? Kolst here. So the Deadmines remaining cards have been revealed. The mini set is releasing in a few hours actually as of me recording this video, trying to get this out at the last second. So the last few cards were revealed. I'm sure some of you may have seen my epic card reveal. They revealed one epic card over the weekend, which was Maddest Bomber, which was kind of a joke of a video, but I felt compelled to make. But I will review this card as well as all the legendaries that were revealed as well. Make sure to stick around till the end if you're interested in this kind of arena content, because there's one card that's going to be particularly scary, I think, for this format. Not maybe for the reason that people are expecting, so I think it'd be very interesting to talk about. Make sure you know, like, dislike, all that stuff, subscribe, all that. But let's get right into it. So the first one we have here is the one epic, which is a neutral 8-drop Maddest Bomber, 9/8 stat line, battle cry, deal 12 damage, randomly split among all characters. So this, as far as arena is concerned, is, I think, a good card. Not like going to be a crazy super strong win condition, but it does a lot for an 8-mana card. Because there are 12 bombs. 12 bombs is just a lot of bombs. You're gonna pretty consistently expect that, you know, if there's little things on the board, that they're more often than not gonna get cleaned up. So of course, as with any bomber, Mad Bomber, or Maddest Bomber, it's the same thing where, you know, you ideally obviously want to play this while you're losing, while your opponent has way more minions on board than you do to help with the odds. And overall, I do expect that you can get a pretty consistent value out of this. The one thing I will say, you know, I appreciate the memes of this card, but the one thing I will say I dislike is just because it's an 8-mana card, you know, you're going to end up in these situations a lot of time. Like, the situation comes up on top of my head is, like, imagine a card which is rotating in is Burly Shovel Fist. So your opponent's gonna have a damaged Burly Shovel Fist. It might be like a 9/5 or something, might be their only minion. And then you're just gonna be stuck on, you know, Maddest Bomber RNG, and it might kill it, it might not. And that RNG outcome is probably just going to straight up decide the game. So that's not an interaction I think is particularly healthy for Arena as a skill-based format. But, you know, I mean, at least it's memes, right? So we gotta appreciate it. And with that, let's move on to the legendaries. So there are two legendaries announced, well, two class legendaries and two neutral legendaries. So the first one is the class legendary for Rogue, which is Edwin, Defias, Kingpin. So basically the new Edwin. He shares kind of similar text as the old Edwin, but also questing adventures. Very interesting. So he's a 4-mana 4/4, battle cry, draw a card. If you play it this turn, gain +2/+2 and repeat this effect. So obviously I'm talking about Arena, if I didn't mention that before. So in Arena, you're probably not going to be able to abuse this effect super hard, but just as a start point already, this is a 4-mana 4/4 draw card. That's very good. Like a 4-mana 3/4 draw spell, there's a lot of those being introduced, and those are probably going to be pretty good in Arena too, so this is already better. Although drawing a spell might be a little better than a card, but yeah. And if you actually get to, you know, postpone this and play it later, there's a fairly good chance you'll be able to play 1 or 2 cards, and then you're getting like a 4-mana 6/6 or a 4-mana 8/8 that's drawing like 2 or 3 cards. This thing gets like completely out of control very quickly. So it's just a very solid Arena card, possibly. Probably not going to like win too many games, but I mean, if you draw 2 cards, it's pretty nuts. So it's just very good. And with that, let's move on to the second class legendary, which is the Shaman legendary, Cookie the Cook. So this is a 3-mana 2/3 Murloc in Shaman, lifesteal, death rattle, equip a 2/3 Stirring Rod with lifesteal. So this is just, I mean, this is a rather tame, but just pretty good card. It's a lot of lifesteal, a 3-mana 2/3 with death rattle. It's a little bit slow, but it gives you a weapon with lifesteal. It's just very annoying for your opponent, particularly if they're trying to aggro you down. But it's, you know, it's not super crazy, so it's fine. You're going to pick it over like bad legendaries, but you're not going to pick it over amazing legendaries. It's kind of somewhere in the middle, basically. So it's a decent card, and, you know, you'll see it occasionally, but it's class legendary, so not too often. Well, now let's move on to the neutral legendaries. So the first one here is Mr. Smite, a card which I think has a lot of the constructed community up in arms. But what this card is, it's a 6-mana 6/5 pirate. Your pirates have charge. So, I mean, very critically there, your pirate, it's a pirate, it gives itself charged, okay? So, like, I mean, I'd be kind of surprised if this card doesn't get nerfed just for constructed, frankly. But as far as Arena is concerned, you're not going to expect to have that much pirate synergy. You know, you're not getting this off of like the pirate quest line reward, which would probably win you the game automatically, you know? So you don't have that kind of thing to worry about. So A 6 mana 6/5 charge is probably pretty good, but not game breaking at all in this game mode at least. So I mean, really what you have here is like something which you could basically just compare it to like a slightly bigger Corcoran Elite. This was a class card, which is pretty good, but you know, it's probably a bit better just being a bit bigger, but it's definitely not going to be like super game breaking in this mode at least. You'll probably pick it sometimes, but it's just there's more broken things in Arena that you'll care about more in the legendary card pool, but it's definitely up there as far as cards you might pick. And with that, let's move on to the last legendary revealed today, the last card of the Deadmines Mini-Set, which is Goliath, Sneed's Masterpiece. This is an 8 mana 8/8 mech, which is a critical. Battle Cry, fire 5 rockets at enemy minions that deal 2 damage each, with you getting to pick all 5 of the targets. So it's very interesting to me that they this is not a mechanic that's actually existed in Hearthstone. Usually you could only choose like 1 target or it would be random, but now you actually get to choose 5 times. So that's going to be very interesting to see that the technology is finally there for that. But with that, let's talk about like the power level of this card. So I mean, this thing is, to be frank, absolutely insane. It's a neutral legendary and it's just a good amount of stats. 8 mana 8/8 isn't breaking, but I mean, this is Battle Cry, deal 10 damage. So I mean, there's an old card which, I mean, defined an entire like 6 months of Arena meta at least, which was Twin Tyrant. This was a 8 mana 4/10 deal 8 damage, but much less flexibly, and an arguably worse stat line. And this was like, holy crap, this broke Arena, right? And I mean, this is going to be, you know, this is just like a significantly POWERCREPT version of Twin Tyrant. So one argument, which I'm sure people are already typing into the comment section right now, is that, well, this is a legendary, so it's not too bad. And that's true. That's definitely true. You know, you have cards like Varian and, you know, Ysera, it shows up a little too much, but like, you know, at least it's a legendary and it doesn't decide too many games because it doesn't show up every game. But there's one issue with that. There is one card known as Deeprun Engineer, which discovers a mech. So Deeprun Engineer, I've made multiple videos about already. What's interesting about Deeprun Engineer actually is that I have the mech pool pulled up for the new rotation right here. It's actually getting significantly worse. The 2 cards you can't see up here are Annoyatron and Safeguard, which are actually like kind of like the high rolls. For the most part, the only really like draftable cards you would really take apart from those 2 are Spider Tank and Replicatatron if you know how to use it. Otherwise, these are all cards that you wouldn't pick. Oh yeah, but of course also Goliath, which is just the thing you're gonna always want, which would just be, you know, win the game basically. So a lot of those solid tempo mechs are rotating out, but this card of course is coming in. So as I mentioned in my previous video, like Deeprun Engineer was a very consistent tempo option. Now it's not anymore. Now it really is just, you know, this kind of swing for the fences. You're going for this home run, and if you don't get that home run, you're going to be kind of upset. So overall, I think this is going to be an extremely unhealthy thing for Arena. I'm hoping, I guess I have to cross my fingers that, you know, because the mech pool is so bad now, maybe Deeprun Engineer just isn't pickable, or at least isn't a super high priority pick, so you just won't see it that often. Or maybe this can finally be the time where we can get some attention of the devs, and, you know, there's things like discovering Ysera, discovering things like this that become, you know, a bit of a problem recently. So maybe, I mean, this could possibly be the, you know, the straw that breaks the camel's back and get some attention, a little bit more attention into these issues for Arena, and that maybe, you know, some of these discover pools need to be manipulated a bit just for the health of the mode. Because I definitely think that, you know, getting, you know, playing like a Deeprun Engineer and getting into a card which, like, unironically, like, the second high roll is a Replicatatron, which is a card I love, by the way. It's a great card. It's a real win condition. You can really do some things with it. But, you know, that's the upside. Or you just get, you know, the other card, which is literally win the game. It's not exactly the Arena experience I'm looking for. So, you know, of course, I'd be interested in hearing your comments as well, your opinions. What do you think? Do you think this is going to be a problem as well? Or what else do you think? Anything else you want to hit in the comment section? All comments help the algorithm and all that. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more. Hit the dislike button if you don't want to see more. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, of course, you are awesome. So thanks a lot for hanging out. We will see you guys in the next one.